guys, Bound to Divide here with PML, and today I'm going to be making an entire track from scratch using the new Organica 2 sample pack. Okay, so to start I'm going to set the tempo to 122, and I first want to start building out the drum groove. I think this is probably the most important part of the track, so let's start with that. Okay, so I want a kick that has like a bit of an attack on it. I think this one sounds good. Let's start with that. And I'm just going to place a MIDI note here and loop that just like this. Okay, and let's start with the 4-bar loop. That should be fine. And we'll start extending that out once we've got more of the drums down. Okay, so next up I'm going to find a nice clap. I like the content of this clap. It's kind of like full-bodied, has a bit of noise in it. Yeah, let's start shaping this one. So first thing I want to do is I want it to land pretty much right on the transient, and I want to shorten it so it's kind of tight. And that's cool. I don't want the metallic high end, and that's these two pointy peaks here. So we'll reduce that, and we'll also do that for this one. Still a bit of metallic high end, so I'm actually just going to enable number 8 here and filter this down a bit. For the most part, that's sounding good. Probably fine tune this just a touch more. There we go. And now I want to kind of layer this with some other claps and just get a bit more of like a pre-sweep in there. So let's go over here. Okay, so I quite like the sound of this one. I'm going to pop that over here, and I'm going to just have it land slightly before this one. And I don't want that last hit, so I'm just going to fade this out a bit. Okay, and then we're just going to add some more layers here to this clap. I think I'm going to go through the loops here, and let's go through these organic bit loops. I'm just going to try out a few and see. That one actually fits quite nicely. Gives it a bit of punch. It has a little bit of a pre-sweep on it. Yeah, let's just stick with that one. And so I'm just going to loop that one out there. Okay, let's duplicate these. And then maybe we can have one more clap. I want to have like a bit of a variation. So let's say on this clap we have something else. So let's go through back to the one-shots. Maybe this one. That'll have like a nice sort of pre-sweep into this. Let's reduce that. Turn it down. So now we're getting this kind of like a bit of variation in the claps. Okay, I think we can get even more variation here by going here to clap 2 and using this one that has this kind of hit that lands after the clap. And if we time it, we can put it over here, we can time this so that it lands rhythmically. So if I divide this grid up into 16ths, we can time it so that this transient is landing on that 16th right there. And it might sound weird because the clap starts a bit late now, but we can fix that by just fading that out. We only really want that end bit. I just need to turn it down enough so we can feel it, but it's not like in your face. Okay, Set that back to narrow, duplicate that. Now we got some nice variation in there. We've essentially got one variation here, another variation here, and then another variation here. So it's almost like an A, B, A, C thing happening on the clap, and it keeps it a bit more interesting. Okay, so next up we want to start adding in some shaker loops. I'm just going to delete that. Alright, so let's just go through the real shakers. And they all sound pretty nice. I'm going to just start with the first one and try that out. I'm going to pan this one left. Look for another one. Let's try this one and see how that sounds if I just turn it up a bit. Turn it and pan it right. I think I want a softer one. Let's try 5 here. That sounds good. Although some of the hits sound like they're kind of like flamming a bit. And I'm guessing that these aren't lining up perfectly sometimes. Like over here, you can see that one is not lining up perfectly with this one. Let's see where else. Yeah, so it's the first one. Let's try another one. That one sounds a lot better. Okay, yeah, let's go with this one. I probably won't have these as loud as they are now in the loop, but for now I'm going to keep them this loud, and then we might turn them down a bit later. Okay, so now we want to get like the main offbeat hi-hat. Yeah, so I like this one because it's got that kind of bounce back that you get in a shaker, and I think that'll sound nice with the groove, especially if we time it so that bounce back happens on the 16th. So if we set this to 16, kind of want that transient to be lining up with that grid. So we can just shift this back a touch, and right now it's on the clap. We want it between the kick and the clap, and that looks more or less lined up. Yeah, so that gives a nice little bounce feeling. And just add a fade there for good practice. And let's duplicate that. And I'm going to just consolidate this and loop it. There we go. Okay, yeah, so now I feel like these shakers are too loud. They're kind of taking away from the main hat. Let's turn them down a bit. Okay, sounding good. Okay, so let's start adding some more loops. We want to fill this out with some atmospheric kind of loops. There's some in here and probably some congas and stuff. Okay, so how I like to approach finding loops for tracks is to just play them in context. So I'll just drag these one by one and see which ones kind of stand out as kind of helping the groove along. One's quite nice. Oh, I really like this one. So I'm going to take, I don't like this bit that lands on the clap. So I'm just going to cut that out and do a little fade here. And that'll be the loop. So do a little bit of a fade there and a fade there. Can you hear that? Yeah, it gives a really nice groove. Let's turn it down a bit. And I'm also going to turn this into a loop, so I'm just going to consolidate that. Control J and stretch that out. Okay, let's go for maybe a bongo loop. We want to do this in context, remember, so just pretty cool. I'll turn them down a bit. my conga. It's pretty cool. Okay, I like the first two hits. They kind of syncopate nicely with the beat, but not the rest. So I'm just going to chop out that first two pieces here, and then have those starting on the first beat of each bar. Yeah, that sounds good to me. And let's keep adding some more. Turn this down a bit. It's quite a lot here. I'm basically just listening to see what stands out. If there's something that has like a cool swing in it, or just interacts nicely with my groove, then that's what I'm going to go for. Like that one sounded pretty cool. Let's try one more. I like these because they're a lot more like subtle and leave a bit more room for groove. But I also like 27, so I'm going to keep 27 in there. Yeah, let's play with these for now and see what we can do with them. I really like that hit over here, so I'm going to keep that one. And yeah, I'll keep it again on that one. And maybe we can find a way to like just change the groove on this last one, so not so straight. Let's see. We can try and shift these kind of onto the 16ths. You'll see if I land these over here, maybe that'll sound cool. Yeah. Let's hear that. Yeah, I like that. And let's see if we can find a place for this. And maybe we can save this for like almost like a fill at the end. Let's see. Put that over here. Yeah, I like that. We can actually delete that one. Fade that out. Okay, I think we still can keep going, trying to find some more stuff. Let's go through maybe these percussion loops, or these organic bit loops. These would be just to give it a bit more of like an organic vibe, Foley vibe. Let's just check this out. No, I don't like those. I like this, but I think it should only happen briefly, like in the beginning. And maybe on this one, fade that out and fade this one out. So, and it also sounds like it's pretty subby, although it's very brief. I'm going to just take out that sub range. Oops, I'm going to do that. Okay, let's see what else we got. Oh, where are they? Let's maybe check out the top loops. Oh, that sounded pretty cool. Yeah, I think we can probably find a spot for this. I don't want that last hit in there. Or maybe just not the tail of it, at least. That could be cool. And yeah, we can do a variation like this. Okay, then last thing I want is a bit of like ambience in there. So here's the ambience section, and we just want something to kind of like fill out the background and put it into a space. Is that a horse? That's pretty cool. Actually, that sounded pretty nice rhythmically too. That might be really cool. Happy accident. It looks like it's warped it to some sort of BPM that fits kind of perfectly. So let's turn on the loop brace and just loop that section. Maybe it shouldn't loop that much every time. Yeah, so maybe it shouldn't happen so often on this beat, on this bar too. Maybe we should have it only here and here. So I'm just going to extend this loop out and double it. And I'm going to EQ this a bit. There's a lot of like rumble in there. And let's just turn this down a bit. Okay, I think that's probably enough for the drums. We still don't have that much in the low end, actually, in terms of groovy stuff. So maybe what we can do is just duplicate this kick, or not duplicate it, we can consolidate it, and we can add in some extra hits. So let's just go, what I like to do is to just kind of add extra kicks, a few tones up, so they're not hitting as low. It feels almost like a second drum or like a tom or something. And we can just kind of come up with a pattern and turn down the velocity. Yeah, something like that. Kind of just takes you into that next bar quite nicely. Okay, I'm just going to color all of these so that I know that they're my drums. I'm going to do this color for drums, and I'm going to name this one kick, just so it's obvious where my kick is. Okay, and then I want to group all of these, and I'm going to send them to reverb. I want a little bit of reverb on here. So I'm going to just turn up this send and solo this reverb, and then I'm just going to tweak the reverb. It's super quiet at the moment, I'll turn it up. Okay, I think that sounds nice. And now the trick is to just kind of mix it in at an appropriate volume. So I'm just going to mix it in until I can kind of feel the reverb, not so much hear it. We don't want it like, it's just too much. It sounds cheap and not really realistic. So now if I muted the reverb, you should be able to feel a difference. Yeah, Yeah, so it's just kind of putting it into a bit of a space now. Okay, so that was part 1, which is the drums. Now we're going to go in and make some sort of melodic stuff, a bass line, maybe some leads, something. So yeah, let's take it from here. So from this point, I think the next most important thing to the groove is the bass line and how that interacts with the kick drum and everything. Okay, so for the bass line, I'm going to be using Diva, and I've got the presets already loaded in here from PML Organica 2. So let's go through and find a nice bass preset. Yeah, I think that one sounds promising. Let's go with this one. And we want to make a nice sequence now and just kind of feel it out with the groove. Let's go down. And so what I want with this is to pretty much control the length of the notes, not with the release and the decay, but rather with the actual note length. So I'm just going to go in and tweak this preset a bit, and I also want it to be more subby and less mid-rangey. I'm going to bring down the resonance, bring down the envelope amount, let's bring up the sustain, and bring down the release a bit. Okay, so just a bit of tweaking, and I think that's pretty much what I want. Try that. Okay, that sounds cool. It's got like a nice groove to it, but I want some sidechain on it because there's a lot of notes that are kind of crossing over with the kick. Let's just sidechain that to the kick. I'm going to bring up the frequency here so we get a sharper point. I'm going to add some look ahead and some attack just to get rid of any clicking. Some more release. So here I don't like how it's all these little kicks are being sidechained too. So I'm going to actually duplicate this and call this ghost kick, which is like just these little ghost notes. And I'm going to delete this from here. And delete this from here. And now this needs to be sidechained to kick. Yeah, that feels nice. Okay, so the bass line's cool, but I don't want it to just constantly do that. I want to have like almost like a progression, so I want to change notes. So let's just duplicate this and extend it out, and that would be an 8-bar loop. Let's try shifting these notes down. So we're in G. I'm going to try and go down from the 1 to the 6. So 1, 2, 3. That's 4 semitones down. Okay, I like that, but I don't like how this higher note sounds on the 6 here. So I want to maybe shift this up. Let's see. No, maybe we can do octaves instead. Let's hear that. That's not an octave, is it? Oops, that's the octave. No, that was the octave. Okay, so I'm just deciding between the 6 and the 5. So if we're in the key of G, D would be the 5 or the dominant. And this would be the octave from this note. And I think the octave sounds stronger. Maybe we can do octaves on this one too. Let's try that. Yeah, I like that. But I also like the movement from the 3 down to the 6. So I think I'm going to consolidate this and shift this last one back to where it was, which is on the 3. Let's just hear that. Let's try an octave up. Yeah, that sounds cool. Okay, next up I want some sort of harmonic content for this, like mid-rangey drone sound or something. So I'm going to get Diva again. I'm just going to copy this one and I'm going to place it on this channel. And let's see what else we have in here. Maybe under leads. That could make a nice kind of pad to go in the background. Let's build some chords. Maybe go down to that note here. I like that, but I'm not too sure on the pitch bends. Yeah, let's bring down this pitch bend. I'm just going to bring down the cutoff a bit. Maybe we can give it some attack. And some release. That feels nice. Let's grab an EQ and just check that there's no like rumble or anything. And I'm thinking we can add a bit more reverb to kind of wash it out a bit. And maybe a delay, just to get some of those notes washing over each other a bit more. Sometimes it sounds cool to switch to another number here. Yeah, that was cool. I think I'm going to do that, actually. That would form a nice loop. So we're on 8 here, and we drop down to 4. Doesn't sound nice when we go back to 8, so I'm going to basically have this switched off. Actually, what I'm going to do is extend this loop out, double it, and I'm going to turn the delay off over here so that we only hear it in this little transition over here, and then the delay just kind of disappears. So I think it's good to kind of visualize the automations that we're doing. Don't lose track of what's happening. I don't like it there. Let's maybe try and shift this over. give it some more feedback, and maybe not so much wet. I wonder if we just do, if we unlink these and then just automate one of them. Some ping pong. Yeah, that gives a really nice kind of effect. Okay, so we still need some more like sort of leady elements, some more melodics. Let's grab Diva again. Actually, I can just steal it from here. And let's go into the leads. No, not the leads. Let's see, under chords. Sounds kind of nice. Maybe we can put this there. Maybe not so often. I actually want to have this repeating like that. Maybe it was nice to hear. No, I'm not too sure. Let's go back. Oh yeah, that's cool. I kind of want to wash this out a bit more and mute it a bit by taking out some high end. Yeah, convolution reverb, push this back a bit. Can bring this up a bit. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly name these bass, pad, and I'm just going to call this a blip. And then we want, still don't really feel like this track has a lead, so let's grab Diva again and we can figure out some sort of a lead. This one's cool. okay, so that's a nice variation. Maybe what we can do is like make a few variations of this. So one of them is this one. Next one could be let's because this is probably going to have to carry the track, we're going to want a few different versions. Let's maybe do one where the notes start changing a bit. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, so I'm going to mark this as like the most simple version, and then we will kind of progress through the colors. That's a bit ugly. And then this is like the most complex version of it. And that should give us something to work with. Maybe one more melodic thing that's just, I'm imagining like a trill, you know, like a little sparkly, twinkly thing. Okay, so I kind of want... Let's check out leads. Let's go with that one. Okay, so I want like a, maybe something that does like a run down the scale. That's nice. Oh, I quite like that. I'm going to save that, and then I'm going to turn that off for now. And then I'm going to try and make a trill out of this, because that's what I wanted initially. I think that with a bunch of delay on it would sound great.
The Everything Bundle is your source of problem solvers and time savers when it comes to producing professional electronic music. Get inspired and produce better sounding tracks now on productionmusiclive.com.
You can even make it 100% wet so you're only getting the washy bits. Just playing with these to see how it might sound in the track. Let's try 3. I like that, I think the most. I want to EQ this a bit. Make it kind of more in the background. And let's use it at a certain position, so like right before a new bar starts or something. You can imagine taking out the kick, something like this. Let's just check out maybe how would this work. We've got quite a lot of stuff stacked on top of each other at the moment. It's too busy to have this too. But maybe we can have a section without any of this, and then this comes in. But maybe it could be a different rhythm, because it doesn't really inspire me now. Maybe this can come up. Yeah, this could be some sort of a cool melody. It could be like a call and response. Yeah, I like that. I want to do something interesting to this sound design wise. Well, maybe not super interesting, but I think a delay might sound nice. Just a subtle delay. Maybe with some filter modulation on it. add some low end. Okay, I think we've probably got enough here to begin arranging. I'm just going to name this. Okay, let's get these all different color. Okay, I didn't want to recolor these because they have different colored elements in them. Let's just make that a bit more obvious. Okay, so I guess that's probably like the end of part 2, where we have finished making our loop, and now we can start arranging it and just basically taking the whole track and pasting it across 6 minutes or whatever, and then taking away stuff and trying to build a really compelling arrangement that keeps people going. Okay, time to start arranging the track. So how I'm going to approach this is I'm pretty much going to work from left to right and just bring stuff in and out as it feels natural to me. And yeah, I'm going to start off with drums. So let's just take all of our drums and paste those there. Okay, so I'm going to put some markers in. I'm just going to say here we've got the DJ intro. So this is what DJs are going to be mixing into over here. And for that, I want probably 16 bars of DJ intro. And then I'll say actual intro. This might just be where, I don't know, maybe a bass line comes in, maybe a bit of a melodic idea starts. So let me just duplicate that again. And I don't want to put all my drums in right from the beginning. Yeah, let's maybe just take away the shakers or something in the intro. Probably should be labeling these a bit better. I'm just going to write here. So maybe we can start off without the shakers. And maybe without the ghost kicks, because those sometimes be a bit weird to mix into if you're a DJ. Maybe we can also get rid of some of the congas in this bit. Turn those off. Yeah, I still don't want the shakers in there. I'm kind of imagining taking out the bass actually from this section. So on the whole drum bus, I'm going to put an auto filter and just take this up. And so these 16 bars, or maybe, yeah, we can actually, I'm going to say, I'm just going to call it drop. I know it's not really a drop in Organic House, but it's going to be like the section where everything starts coming together, like the first satisfying transition, I guess. And then over here I can kind of imagine cutting everything out, so we don't want that hat in there. Yeah, that sounds pretty cool. Alright, so I want the bass to come in at this point. So I'll actually just say bass over here. Let's duplicate these. So this whole section is going to be, let's call it 32 bars. That's a minute long. So far we're at 1 minute 50. Okay, let's start designing this intro going into the bass a bit better. So I want some sort of like tonality to be in the track, give it a bit of identity. Let's take this pad and start introducing it early, maybe like right from the beginning, but we can introduce it in a different way. Let's take Diva and bring down the cutoff And I think for the first over here, I'm going to make this a bit more simple and remove all of these extra notes and maybe just have extra notes on the last one over here. Let's just filter this in slowly. And I'm thinking we need to somehow introduce this bass a little earlier. I guess we can do this. And maybe also filter the bass in the same way. And maybe these shakers, we can start fading them in instead of just slamming them in. I feel like in organic house, it's more natural to kind of fade them in a bit. So we've got utility. Let's pop it on here. And I'm going to have these kind of fade in. Do the same thing with this one. Okay, I think this flourish is something that can add a bit of identity to the track. I don't know about putting it in the intro. Actually, maybe we can put it quietly into the intro. Let's see, place that there and there. And I think it should be really filtered the first time you hear it. So I'm going to actually wash it out with a reverb. Just going to take a normal reverb. And we're going to take out a lot of the high end, make it pretty big and pretty wet. Let's take out some low end too. Okay, so there was some stuff that I did with the delay that I want to make sure I capture. Yeah, so we need to just make sure that we copy this over, just like that. Maybe we can start introducing this blip here. although that doesn't really introduce nicely. I feel like this is again something that maybe just can start fading right from the intro. It just gets louder and louder, or more and more open. Or over here. So over here maybe we can introduce harp. I kind of want to also be pretty gentle with the way this gets introduced. I feel like maybe starting to introduce it halfway might be a good idea. Maybe doing something like this. And we can play with this filter. Envelope amount. But we can also start opening up this reverb. It doesn't need to be so washed out. Bring this down a bit over here, and then even more over here. Let's hear this. Okay, I'm gonna play this through and just from here and just feel if it flows, if it gets boring, and maybe I'll get an idea of like what to introduce next, or if we should start going into sort of a breakdown kind of thing. Yeah, let's see. think it's probably time to take out at least some bass for maybe like a mini break over here that lasts 8 bars, and then drop back into another section like this where we start getting a bit more involved with this harp. Yeah, so I'm gonna duplicate this all across. Maybe the bass, I can keep that going and just start to filter it out. And this can almost be another just moment where it drops in over here. And then, yeah, let me copy actually this whole section and paste it here, make another marker. And then we can have another little pause here. Maybe taking out some more of the drums. I'm kind of hearing in my head maybe a new element in the lower frequencies, like another bass one shot or something that comes in over here. Let's try that. We'll grab Diva again, and let's go back to the basses. I like this, but I want the ARP to be switched on. Make it a bit shorter. Something like that. Let's turn up the delay. Try a different preset. Let's see. Okay, let's maybe process this a bit into like a weird kind of sound. First I want to take out some low end. And let's try erosion. Still not feeling that. I'll just play around till we find something. Try and pitch this down. Maybe we can open this up, let's see. Turn this down a bit. Yeah, I quite like that. Still want to make this sound a little more interesting. Let's try something quick. EQ 3. So EQ3 works like an all-pass filter and basically corrects or introduces phase shifts that give this pew pew kind of sound, and the more you stack them, the more it does that. So you can hear quite a big difference if I had to A-B without them. I wonder if a delay on this might sound cool, just to give it some width. so that's cool. Let's try shifting this up. And maybe opening this up. That could work, but I feel like it needs to be washed out a lot more. Need a big delay on there. That sounded pretty cool. Maybe we can try drop it less than that. Going from 4 to 2 might sound cool. Don't like that. Let's try 8 again. Maybe like a phase or just something to start creating a bit more tension as that opens up. We could even try detuning it. Oh, cross mod might sound cool. I want to try something quickly. If we turn off sync and bring down the left and the right time to 1 millisecond and the dry wet to 100 here and the feedback to 0, maybe this will create a cool effect. We can offset the left and the right slightly. Now it's wide. But it might be phasing, so I just want to check it in mono. And here we want an audio effect. And it doesn't seem to be phasing. Okay, what else do we have? We have this lead that hasn't been used yet. Maybe we can start hinting at it through here and then play the lead properly in this section. Maybe turn those off. turn off a few of these EQ3s. Maybe filter a bit here. So how long is the song at the moment? We're in like 3 minutes. Okay, so maybe here is where we have a bit of a breakdown, an actual breakdown, but not too long, and I don't want to have section that has no drums at all. I think I want to constantly have some sort of drums in there. I'm going to call this a build almost, a build, and then we have our breakdown, which I think I'm probably going to go for like a minute of breakdown, and then let's say climax. I'm just going to duplicate this all across. I'm going to make that like 2 minutes long, and then add an outro. That's going to be 16 bars long. Okay, and the total time is 6:49, which is a pretty standard time, I think, for a track like this. So then maybe here we can keep all the drums in there and kind of just take some of it out, or fade some of them out. Maybe take the kick drum out. Maybe the claps. Maybe some of the congos too. think maybe through this section, can pitch them up. Maybe start bringing the kick back in here. And I think maybe having an auto filter on the high end too would be good. Just taking out the very sharp high end, like let's say maybe 9,000. Okay, we need some more ways to differentiate this breakdown, add some excitement. We've only got one pad in here so far. We probably have a lot more room for more pads. Let's add another pad or something over here. Let's see, maybe we can use one of these chord presets. Or maybe something like this. This is mono, let's make it poly. Actually, I'm not too sold on this being up there. I'm going to fold this down and fold it down to scale mode and then just quickly try out the chords. Maybe we can add our lead melody in here. See how that sounds. It's the same preset. So I think this other bass sound also needs to be sidechained. Let's do that. I'd put an auto filter on it and kind of open it up over time. Maybe add some more harmony or some low octaves here. I actually think it might be better to take out the kick drum and all the other drums too, just for a few bars. Feeling this. Let's get rid of that. Okay, this could work. Let's also EQ this, because when this comes in with the low end, it doesn't really work. bit less sidechain on this. Okay, so I gotta make this into a bit of a climax now. So this might be a good spot for the flourish to do something crazy. Maybe we can do something else. Oh, a different flourish. We don't have to use that one. So I'm just gonna go up the scale here. Maybe do something like that. And duplicate it and go up even higher. Okay, let's grab Diva again.
The Everything Bundle is your source of problem solvers and time savers when it comes to producing professional electronic music. Get inspired and produce better sounding tracks now on productionmusiclive.com.
That could work. We just need it to be a bit louder, and we need to wash it out. Even higher. Try changing the notes here. Let's divide it. Maybe a nice big space. I think I want to make it twice the length again. filter this out right before it drops in. Okay, I'm going to play it from the beginning and see if any ideas pop up. So I think over here we can start introducing this, but nice and slowly. We don't need all the variations. The bass, this other one is cool, but it's not quite there. I think maybe these EQ3s were a bad idea. Check that in mono. Maybe we can spread it using a different method. We can use a stack index and just have two stacks, and then using the stack index we pan it left and right by turning this. Yeah, maybe over here we can start using different waveform, like adding in this saw. Yeah, maybe the answer here is to keep playing with the decay. And the mud depth. Trying to figure out a way to make this section stand out a bit more. I think maybe the answer here is to not introduce this element so early. this might be the right way to do it. I just want to add a bit of reverb to this sound. Okay, so I think over here we should have this version of the ARP starting off, kind of fading in, and then we introduce the full version of the ARP over there. Let's just control this a bit. This might be cool to put in here. this sounds kind of cool over here, actually. Bring that down a bit. Maybe we can have a different synth over here. Let's try something else. Similar processing, different synth. Or we can just change the waveforms or something. Let's play with an LFO. Take this LFO maybe and assign it to the cutoff filter. Yeah, let's see how this sounds. Quite like that. Maybe we can do like two different versions of it. So the one version has LFO on it and the other one doesn't. So depth can be all the way off on that one and all the way on this one. So in this one it goes. Maybe on this one we can set it to 2. Gets a bit crazy over there. Maybe depth mod can come up here. So that's starting to look a bit more like something that appears to be an arrangement. Let's play it through in here. While I'm doing this, I'm going to make a transitions track. I'm going to take out the low end, make it just like bright long kind of reverb. Use this like to kind of wash into other sections. bright. Maybe turn on some of these for a bit of a fill. I like it, but I'm not a big fan of this LFO vibe happening here. I think I might just make it less. And maybe like start to slow down halfway through. Okay, something about the transition from here into here doesn't feel right. I think there's too much mid-range right before the drop. Probably coming from this. And this. Okay, I would like some resampling of this to add like a sweep into it. Same with this one. So if I take these and reverse them, and just throw a bunch of reverb. Sounds good. I'll just freeze and flatten that. Okay, now these can kind of lead in so that we can expect them to happen. Why is that so loud suddenly? Okay, now we can take that and sweep that in too. I think there's maybe something else here we can turn on to add a bit more of a fill. Don't like those ideas. I think maybe another open hi-hat that's a bit longer could help. It's over here. Hi-hats and shakers. Maybe we can take one of these and use it to kind of lengthen the open hi-hat. So under the hat here, I might even reverse that and just use the tail. Yeah, let's use that for now. Maybe we can find another loop. Oh, what's in here? Maybe this would sound cool leading into here. Yeah, I quite like that. Fade it in. We're going to just stick to this pattern here. And keep filtering this out through the outro until there's nothing left. And delete all that. Perhaps we can use this one. Okay, full playthrough time. Okay, I think that's good for this session. I'm planning to come back and with fresh ears do a little bit of mixing and a little bit of details with ear candy and stuff. Alright, see you in a moment. Okay, we're back the following day and I'm going to be making a few changes. I had a listen through already and I really like how the song sounds, but I'm going to make a few adjustments. I think in the first half we might need a few more like pads or just something to keep it a little bit interesting until all the main stuff starts happening. And I want to also bring this secondary bass in a little bit earlier in the climax. Okay, so I'm going to start with the bass. So kind of as we drop in here, the bass disappears. This one. And I think I want to bring it back in here. I'm actually pretty happy with the mix. I don't think there's much I want to do to the mix. I was kind of mixing as I was going, and when I had a listen through now, nothing stood out to me as needing to be turned up or turned down. So yeah, quite happy with that. I think the ARP maybe we could turn up just a touch, but that's about it. Because it gets pretty loud over here, and over here it's a bit too subtle. I think I'm just going to compress it ever so slightly, and that should bring it forward a bit, bringing the louder parts down and the quieter parts up a little bit. So I just want a little bit of compression. I want to bring down the attack pretty fast and the release kind of long. And then the makeup gain about 3 dB. And that's going to turn this up by 3 dB and control the louder part. It's a subtle difference, but I think that's all we need. Okay, so after this DJ intro, we drop in here. And the pad is like pretty much the only thing that we're hearing aside from the bass line. Problem is the pad is not super dynamic, and that's because of these like long sustained notes that are carrying through. I wonder if we make it more dynamic by shortening these notes and adding something else to fill in the gaps. So as an example, maybe bringing this like here or something, duplicating that, and we can shorten these, maybe doing something like that. Or maybe this one can extend all the way to here, and then that one gets cut short. I'm just going to lock the automation in place, and I'm going to make this like a different color so I know that it is different, and maybe we can do this every other time so that it feels a bit more dynamic. And then I want to just mark out kind of like exactly where these gaps are. I'm just going to add a locator there, and then I'm going to add another Diva under here, and I'm going to make a little pad that goes in there. Diva, we'll go into our pack. I wonder if one of these effects will sound good there. Now these are more noise effects. Okay, let's try leads maybe. This one could work if we just lengthen the envelopes. And I'm going to make it really thin. Maybe we can do that inside Diva. Bring up this high pass filter. And I forget what key we're in now. G minor. Maybe this can happen like. Actually thinking maybe something up higher, so maybe playing the fifth and just some short notes. Maybe we can make this kind of plucky, like a. Let's just hear how a sustained note sounds. Okay, first I need to do this. Maybe I can, yeah, let's build a chord. Bring up the attack a bit. Maybe we can bring this back now. Okay, and it's really dry, so I want to just wet it with use convolution reverb, and let's go for like a large church or something. It's only a 2-second reverb, so we can maybe find something a bit longer. 12 seconds. Put in a delay to bring up the feedback. Spread it a bit. Maybe we can get a bit of noise into this. Sounds quite nice. I think some more voices in here would be good. maybe something lower. Let's have less noise. Even less. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Maybe now we can do some EQing. I wonder if like a tremolo might sound nice in there. I'll just use Ableton's auto pan to do this. Bring up the amount and make this down saw. Kind of works. And if we change some notes halfway through. Less of the tremolo, and maybe we can put the delay after the tremolo. Feeling this pad, let's see. Maybe we can make it like with sine waves instead. Up here a bit. do this. Okay, let me see. Yeah, I quite like that. I think it's good. And I think that's enough like dynamic for the intro. So now we've got this glue compressor on here and we're kind of doing a little bit of a master. This section. This gets a little bit too resonant down in the low end. Maybe that's another mixing thing we can fix. Compared to this, this feels so much more open. This is kind of being choked by all the frequencies in this pad. So let's try and EQ that out. Actually, we should filter this out throughout this. So take it all the way down. Okay, and let's just check out our transitions. I think maybe we can do a few more of those. These were kind of like white noisy sweeps we made. Okay, let's do a quick master on this and see how loud we can get it without it sounding bad. So I'm going to put a little bit of saturation on the master and maybe an EQ. Now I'm just kind of like creating a little dip and sweeping through and seeing if the track feels any more clearer or just sounds better with certain frequencies dipped out. Then that gives me an indication that maybe something in the mix needs to be turned down or something. I think that gives an improvement is taking out a bit of that above 10k. And so I think we can do that on the hats, or we can go into the drums specifically and just take out a little bit of 10k above I don't really want to do anything else. I think it sounds pretty solid. Let's try and give this a little bit of saturation. And I'm going to control the amount of low end that's being distorted by using this bass. If I turn this up, it really distorts the low end. If I turn this down, it's affecting less of the low end. So I can get a bit more drive there. And we can also add this filter and kind of saturate the high end more. So if we take this to say 7k or something, or maybe even higher, like 10k, and give it a bit more width, then we can start to saturate all the high end. And that has a nice effect of like softening the top end and taking away some of the harshness. Yeah, how that is almost taking away the dynamics, so those like heavy transients aren't hitting as hard, which I like because I just don't think it sounds nice when you have these harsh transients. But I don't want to go as far as this. And we can gain stage this saturation so that we know that it's actually improving the sound and not just making it louder. So let me just take out what I've put in and see if it sounds transparent. If I turn this on and off, I don't want to hear the sound getting louder. Sounds pretty transparent. That is just going to be like clipping the sound a bit, controlling the peaks, and also softening that high end a touch. And now we can use this glue compressor to drive it into the soft clipper. Limiter to just push the loudness a touch more. And lastly, maybe one more parallel compression. So I'm going to do like a heavy OTT on here before the limiter. And this is going to sound ridiculous at 100%, super compressed, but if we just blend this in, say like 13% or 10% or something. Touch of the like hyper compressed signal blended in, and yeah, I think that's probably enough of a master. I just want to like turn everything off and make sure I haven't ruined the dynamics of this. It's kind of hard to tell with the volume being the same, so again we should gain stage this just to check it. So I'm going to put a utility on here and then turn down the overall gain so it's matching the loudness. A bit more. So when I A/B between them, I'm hearing the dynamics are pretty much still intact, even though I've clipped it quite a lot. And it doesn't sound like I've overcompressed it. So I'm happy with that. I can turn this utility off. And just do a final check on span to see how loud the overall volume is. I want it to at least be, I would say, -8 LUFS for a track like this, because it's not like a really loud track with lots of high end, and it's not super full, so I wouldn't expect it to be really loud. Let's check it out. Go to a bit more of a busier section. Okay, I could probably push this a bit harder, but I would want to be using external plugins for that, like Oxford Inflator, and I like to use the ozone limiter and stuff, but I think I don't want to push it too much harder than what it is. I don't want to start ruining the mix, so -9 will have to do for now. Thanks for watching this, guys. I think I can call this finished, at least for this session or for the purpose of this tutorial. If you like what you hear, all of the sounds come from the Everything bundle, and more specifically from the Organica 2 pack, so feel free to grab that. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Let's do our final listen through. you enjoyed that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.
The Everything Bundle is your source of problem solvers and time savers when it comes to producing professional electronic music. Get inspired and produce better sounding tracks now on productionmusiclive.com.